Hello everyone, Don here again with the next update on the W.A.R Corsair project. Alright, this long weekend I decided to get to work on the control surfaces and get these things painted. So as you can see, this is the bottom of every single piece. Of course, this is the bottom of the elevator. This is all in final color now. This is the bottom of the ailerons. This is the two outboard flaps that go one on each side of the aileron. It comes on this end of this aileron. And these are the four inboard flaps, two per side. The long ones there are the most inboard. These are the middles. And then these are the outboard panels that go on the outer wing panels. So you can see I got them all in color now. That took all weekend. I sanded them all out from last weekend's primer job, and this morning I had to put on the second coat of primer. Again, this is just a satin finish. I just finished painting these a little while ago, so they're physically dry to the touch, but if you thumbprint them, they'll stick. So they're going to take a day or so to cure. Then over here is the rudder. Since it had to be done on both sides, I had to kind of paint that one side down and hold it in the air and paint the other and my fingers. So the airplane, as you can see, I kind of just pushed it over here out of the way. Again, this thing is completely covered in dust. Luckily it's mostly sanding dust and there's probably some paint on top of it now, but it should rub right off. Okay, so that was pretty much all day today, and yesterday I sanded the parts out during the week. I didn't get to work on them until last night, get them prepped for paint for today. I had to do, had all the light sanding done, had to go back with some just some spot putty and fill in all the little defects that you can't really see when you're doing a job till later. So, and then this morning I lightly sanded that stuff out and shot the coat of gray primer on. Turns out I ended up buying just some 1K primer, lacquer based, and it was just a 1-to-1 mix with lacquer. Used a quart. I used the whole quart. I got just a tad bit left that I managed to save. This was just from O'Reilly's. It was like 28 bucks with tax. So I got just a little bit left that I'll need to use for the little gear doors, like in this picture on the front of the landing gear. Those still need to be painted. And then when I get the little patches for the back air done, they'll need to be painted. The bottom of these wing panels where the cover goes will be painted. They have to be, those are, I may just end up painting them light blue because they're mostly on the outboard side. I'm not going to try and split it half white, half blue. And again, the little door on the front is all white. So, and what I ended up doing most of the day, most of the weekend, Friday and Saturday, was the muffler. You can see I got it all done now. Pipes come out the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to scalp them or not. I'll have to see how the cowl fits on here. But generally this would be cut at an angle, scalped. So, and I got the oxygen sensor back in there. Got a bung welded for that. It's all welded shut. And to keep the thing from rotating, if you can make it out, I ended up, there's a piece of tubing inside this muffler. Starts here, goes back in about 1.5 inches. It's welded around. There's more of a lip here because this is tapered. This splays out. This is like 12 inches. This is 13.5. And what I did is I just put a notch in this lip, and I welded a little bolt from the inside into this pipe. So it's not going anywhere. That keeps the exhaust from tipping down. So, and I had to go through and tweak the exhaust a little bit. One of these I had to cut it and push it in some, but it's all done. But before I wrap it, I'm going to pull the oil pan off. Because this fitting over here, drain line, seeping, it doesn't want to stay tight. So I'm going to pull the tank off, weld a bung on there, and put it all back on. And I may take a peek at the bearings, make sure everything was kosher in there. But that's pretty much it for the exhaust. So let me show you what it sounds like. I think you got to be getting pretty low on gas. So turn on the master, fuel pump, we'll hit the alternator key, and we got a fuel pressure gauge over here if we can see it. And ignition. Quiet down, you can actually hear the gears in here. Definitely quieter than before. Seem to have some kind of rattle in the muffler right now. I don't know what's vibrating on it. But once I get it wrapped in the fiberglass tape, that should take care of the noise. Again, the fiberglass tape. I'll open it. Just this stuff. It's all wrapped. I'll wrap these pipes all the way down to the muffler. Wrap the muffler, may or may not wrap the tail tips, I doubt it. And I know I'm going to wrap the muffler up with both of these manifolds. That's it, so that's it now for that. Actually feel that exhaust blowing clear back here on the legs. Still have a little issue with the was. There she goes. Trying to get this alternator charging. Pressure on the left, oil tip on the right, water temp, tachometer, fuel pressure, fuel injection, so it runs, basically 40 psi, and then the fuel quantity. So it's pretty much out of gas. Coming up on a half an hour run time. So, got to fuel off, and she did. So, alright, that's pretty much it for this weekend. I was going to drop a note yesterday on the community section of the YouTube to let you know I wasn't going to put the video up last night. I wanted to get as much as I could done this weekend before I posted this video. So I was going to put the plane outside while I painted it, but it was pretty much kind of a rainy day all day. I did manage to throw everything else out. I might have enough room in here to squeeze these in without moving this all back around, but eventually this has got to go outside and get cleaned off. Next weekend I still have to sand out the bottom of all these parts, just light sanding, and then I'll get those painted in the dark blue, and that'll be it for the thing.
Do you reckon your engine?
Wife stopped that, see if I was making the noise. So, next weekend, hopefully, I'll get the top sides all painted. Everything gets done in dark blue. The rudder is done. It can physically go back in. These, again, I have to cut all the holes out for the push rods. Probably chase out the holes for the bolts to go through, but everything did turn out really nice. You can see the sheen on there. Not supposed to be a high sheen, but they came out pretty good. For as much as I was rushing to get this thing done, they turned out a little better than I expected. I wasn't expecting the best finish, but I'm happy with it. So, alright folks, that's going to do it for this weekend. Been a long weekend for me. May not be a very long video. I guess we're 17 minutes in, so not bad. So, next weekend I'll get the top sides painted and start getting these things installed. Pull that muffler off and pull the oil pan off and get that straightened out. And then get these flaps and everything on and start rigging everything back up. Then I got to get to work on that damn canopy. So, alright folks, as always, appreciate everyone taking their time to watch these videos. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, or concerns, and I'll address them as they come along. And also, another note, appreciate all the thoughtful comments on the passing of my dog Keisha. She was a Siberian Husky. She was 14 years old, so it was just old age. But she was the sweetest of the dogs. She was a perfect dog. Alright folks, again, thanks for everything, and we'll catch you next weekend. For now, this is Dino Don out.